Growing up in the lively metropolis of Houston, camping wasn't a favored activity among my urban-inclined friends and me. The idea of willingly immersing ourselves in the wilderness, contending with insects and the unpredictability of nature, seemed ludicrous. Little did I anticipate that my perspective would undergo a profound transformation during my years at the University of Houston. Fate took an unexpected turn as my college roommate hailed from the quaint town of Lufkin, nestled in the Piney Woods region of East Texas. His childhood friends, also outdoor enthusiasts attending the same university, ignited my unanticipated journey into the realm of camping. During one spring break, they extended an invitation to explore the scenic wonders of Sam Houston National Forest, a picturesque retreat just a few hours away from the bustling city. With no prior camping experience, I found myself relying on the guidance and shared equipment of my newfound companions, bartering, borrowing, and improvising everything needed for the trip. Except for the essential bug spray, Deep Woods Off became my steadfast companion. It allowed me to focus on the actual camping experience without constant skirmishes against relentless insects. Lake Livingston, a tranquil reservoir renowned for bass fishing among other attractions, served as the backdrop for my initiation into the outdoors. What began as a hesitant adventure transformed into an awakening when I caught my first fish. That singular moment marked the inception of my love affair with the natural world. In the subsequent years, I eagerly participated in every camping trip my friends organized. My knowledge of the outdoors expanded significantly, and I even had the chance to witness the vastness of the ocean during a memorable summer expedition. Despite the city vibe of Houston, I found solace near Louisville Lake during warmer months, honing the survival skills I had acquired. Fast forward to my final year, where spring break presented an opportunity for a grand adventure. Eager to explore a renowned national forest in the eastern part of the state, I embarked on a journey that I prefer not to disclose. Little did I realize that this expedition would forever alter my perception of the woods. Arriving at my selected camping site just after 3:00 p.m., I meticulously set up my campsite, blissfully unaware of the impending events. It wasn't until I decided to take a brief hike before dinner that an unsettling feeling crept over me. The distinct sensation of being watched. Though bears were not known to inhabit the area, a cautious awareness settled in as I curtailed my hike and returned to camp. That night, nothing out of the ordinary occurred, and I slumbered peacefully beneath the canopy of stars. The following morning, however, brought an otherworldly tranquility. The crisp air, the simple joy of breakfast, and the promise of adventure fueled my excitement to explore the woods. As the morning unfolded, a series of peculiar events began to transpire. The persistent feeling of being watched persisted, accompanied by distant shuffling sounds. Ignoring my instincts, I pressed forward only to be startled by a sudden movement in the distance. The calling of a crow served as an eerie confirmation that I wasn't alone, though the source of the surveillance remained elusive. Around 11:00 a.m., while pausing for a snack, a mosquito-induced awakening revealed a fleeting flash in the distance. The crow's vocalization heightened my unease, prompting me to scan my surroundings. My attempt to identify the mysterious watcher was met with silence until a strange smell wafted through the air, abruptly plunging the forest into an unnatural silence. Against my better judgment, I approached the source of the odor, only to be met with the unmistakable sound of gunfire. Panic set in as I realized I was being shot at, and I instinctively hit the ground. The shots continued, and I dared not move, fearing the possibility of overzealous hunters. I called out, but my pleas were met with silence. Eventually, the forest sounds returned, and cautiously, I rose to my feet. The strange smell lingered, but curiosity overwhelmed my senses. Ignoring the warning signs, I moved towards it, only to be met with another barrage of shots. Realizing the gravity of the situation, I turned and sprinted back in the direction I had come from, my sole objective being to escape the danger that lurked in the woods. Minutes turned to what felt like an eternity as I fled for my life. The shots subsided, but I dared not pause, my fear propelling me forward until exhaustion finally forced me to a stop. Though the forest now seemed eerily silent, I didn't risk remaining in one place. Hydrating myself, I continued my escape, moving at a slower pace but with the same fervor. Within an hour, I found myself back at my campsite, a mixture of relief and terror washing over me. Packing hastily, I abandoned any notion of notifying the authorities, my sole focus on getting as far away from the national forest as possible. About 20 miles from the ominous woods, I stumbled upon a police station where I reluctantly reported the harrowing encounter. The officer's response was subdued, citing the possibility of overzealous hunters. Despite my apprehensions, I provided a report, hesitant to revisit the scene of the incident. The guilt of not notifying the police sooner weighed on me, yet the officer thanked me for my account, and I left with a sense of uncertainty regarding any investigation. Back home, the relief of being away from the forest was palpable. Time passed, and life gradually returned to normal. But the woods I once cherished were forever tainted by the traumatic events. The story took an unexpected turn when browsing an online forum. I stumbled upon a post echoing a similar experience in a different location. The account described stumbling upon a massive potfield guarded by potential cartel members, leading to a hail of gunfire during a hasty retreat. Though skeptical of the tale's authenticity, the seed of doubt was planted, and the prospect of illegal activities occurring in serene natural settings became an unsettling reality for me. While the odds of such incidents are minimal, the realization of the potential dangers lurking in the woods altered my perception irreversibly. The once pristine and serene landscape now bore the stain of criminal activities. Despite my love for the outdoors, the shadows cast by that fateful day kept me at a distance, resigned to preserving memories rather than risking another encounter with the darkness that tainted the beauty of